Let us start with 74 chains. If you are following the grid design, starting chains should be an even number. For reference, I usually wear a small or a medium. I thought this would be a little snug, but it isn't, so I think this is borderline medium. After 74 chains, insert your hook in each chains or V's. We are simply inserting and making loops on the hook until we reach the end of the row. Then I will meet you there. To finish our first row stitch, grab some yarn then pull through on the first loop. Next, grab some yarn again and pull through in the two loops, the loop that is on top of your hook and the next chain. Now you guessed it, simply repeat the process until you reach the end of the row. Your row 1 should look like this, and we are simply going to replicate this for the rest of the rows. Alright, let us get to it. For second row, we will be using the chains below, but remember to skip the first chain. Now insert your hook on the second chain, then grab some yarn. As you can see, it is the same as row 1. Insert hook, grab yarn, then repeat. Just make sure you are inserting your hook in the middle of each chains. And then I will meet you at the end of the row. When you reach the last chain, do what is shown on the video. I simply don't know how to put it into words, so I do apologize. But there's visuals. Then we will do the same thing to finish row 2. Grab yarn, then pull through. As you can see, you now have a loop on the hook. Simply grab yarn, then pull through on that loop and the next one as well. Now do the same pattern, grab yarn, then pull through 2 loops. Repeat the entire process until the end of the row. Or for my pattern, until you reach row 70. And then from row 71 to 74, I did a little bit of decrease for the shoulder area. So you can come back and see how I do that. Now, if you don't want the decrease around the shoulder area or the neck area, you can just continue doing this until row 74. But if you do want some decrease, you can come back and I will show you what to do next. Let us start the decrease for the shoulder or neck area. Row 71, continue doing the loops, but stop when you have made 23 loops. This means there will be 23 chains on each side of the shoulders, and that will leave you with 28 spaces around the neck area, and that will total to 74. After doing 23 loops, do the yarn over, then pull through until the end of the row. Row 72, do the same thing but stop at the second to the last chain so I can show you what to do next. For every decrease row, we are simply skipping the last chain. For row 72, you should have 22 loops or chains. Now, why am I doing the decrease? I think it makes the neck area look better when I am adding ribbing to it. If you don't want to do decrease, it is totally up to you. Now, you guessed it, repeat the same pattern for rows 73 and 74. And that's it. We are done with our decrease and we can move on to the next. But basically, this is how it's going to look like. Oh, also, don't forget to do it on the other side. Otherwise, it's gonna look weird. This is how the back panel will look once done. It is 18 by 15, 18 inches wide and 15 inches long. If this is too short for you, add more rows to the project. Fun fact, I forgot to film the decrease area, so this video took a little bit because I had to make another sample and film again. I was super close to saying, guys, just don't do decrease. Anyways, that's in the past. Once you are done, I will meet you for the front panel. Start with 74 chains again, or however much you started with. The pattern is the same as the back panel, with the exception of the grid. And I will show you how to do that in a little bit. Row 1. We will be doing the loops. On the next chain, insert your hook, yarn over, and then repeat until you reach the end of the row. Then, yarn over and pull through on the first loop. Yarn over again and pull through 2 loops. Repeat the same process until we reach the end of the row, and I will meet you there. Row 2. First loop always counts as the first stitch, so we will be skipping that. That means we will always start on the second stitch. Now on the second stitch, insert your hook in between or in the middle, yarn over, and then repeat. So we're making loops on the hook, just like what we did for the back panel. At the end of the row, do the same pattern, yarn over, pull through, then yarn over again and pull through 2 loops. Continue this until you reach row 24. Then on row 25, we will start the grid. So I will meet you then. Grid time. I wanted to attempt this, but I want to be realistic as well. It is my second try. The first one did not pan out right, so I wanted to do something small and easy. If you want bigger grid, please do as you please. Alright, so we are about to start a grid, so I'm just showing you the grid that I found online. So literally, if you just typed on Google some crochet cat grid, it will show you some samples, and this is what I found. So in my project, I only did 1 cat, and for this grid we will be needing another yarn. I chose white, and if you can see here, if we're gonna count the grid, if you're gonna see how many columns there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then there will be 23 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So 12 columns, 23 rows. You just gotta make sure that when you create the project, you should have even columns or even rows. And for the heart, you can pick a different color, but for my project, I only worked with these 2 colors because I don't want to overcomplicate it, because it was also my second time doing grid and I just want to finish that project. So let's go ahead and start. Let's grab our yarn. So again, this is a sample. Alright, so for this sample here that I have made, I have 20 rows, and our cat is 12 rows by 23, which means since we have 20 minus 12, that means 8. 8 divided by 2 is 4, which means each side should have 4 loops of yellow to begin with, and then we are just going to work and add whatever the grid tells us to do. For the actual size, we have 74 columns and 74 rows. Cat is 12 columns and 23 rows. We only have to do the math for columns really, since the rows are already given. We start at row 25 and then the cat is 23 rows, and we just finish it off from there. It's not completely even. I am off by 1 row, but I don't mind it. Anyways, for columns, it's 74 minus 12. That is 62. 62 divided by 2 is 31, which means each side will have an automatic 31 chains or loop, and then we are just going to add or do whatever the grid tells us to do. So for example, this one right here, on top of the 4, we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's going to be 9 on the right hand side, 9 yellows, and then 5 whites, and then the remaining spaces would just be a yellow. So let's go ahead and do so. Again, we're going to do 9. So that would be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, so grab your white yarn. So hold your yellow yarn like this so it's out of the way. And then we are going to just insert the white or your hook in this next loop. Grab the yarn, and then what I like to do to make sure this is secure, I will go ahead and tie it together like this. and then I will do 2 loops. Yep. And then now we are going to do the 1 2 3 4 5 white. Okay, so that would be 2 3 4 5. And now we are going to grab the yellow. Just hold the white right here in the back, and we're just gonna continue. 1 2 3 4 5 6, and then we are gonna do what we normally do. 2 3 4 5 6, and then we need our white yarn, and just put your yellow in the back like this so it is out of the way, and then we're just gonna do white. So it's 1 2 3 4 5. Now if you see that the yellow is a little bit loose here, you can just simply grab it like that. Okay, and then we are going to work with our yellow again. So basically you just switch with these 2 yarn, and then we're gonna do 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So that is our first row done. So for the second grid, you would have 1 2 3 4 yellow, 4 yellow plus the 4, so that's total of 8, and then we'll have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 white. So we are going to do 8 yellows. Do 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So it's 8. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, and then now we will switch. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 white. So let's do 1 2 3 4 5 6. Oh, that was a tight one. And then last one is 7. So that would be 1 2 3 4 5. Yeah, and now we're just going to continue. 1 2 3 4 5, and then we are going to hold the yellow right there, and we're going to do the white. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Alright, that's the second row. Now we are going to get the yellow again, and we are doing 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Just pull that a little bit. Okay, that's our second row done. Now we're going to do the third row. You would have 1 2 3 4 yellow plus 4, that's 8 yellows, 3 whites. Okay, so just do the same amount of yellow as row 2, so that's 1 2 3 4 5 6, 7, 8 whites. So 1, 2, 3, right? And then we are going to do the yellow again. And then for the yellow you have two yellows, and 1, 2, and then we are going to do 2 whites. So 1 and 2. Okay, so 3 whites, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2 yellows, 2, and alright, and then we are going to continue with the yellow. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and just do what we normally do. 4, 5. Now it is time for the white, so grab your white right here, and 1, 2, switch to yellow, 1, 2, and then white again, 1, 2, 3, and then we are going to work with yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, so that is row 3. Now we are going to do row 4. So row 4 would be the same. You start with 8 rows on the side and then 2 whites. Alright. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to do 2 whites. So hold that in the back, and we are going to do 1, 2, and then 4 yellows, 4 yellows. That would be, it's going to be a little bit tight. You just have to make sure you work on these spaces correctly. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we are going to do 2 whites. 1, 2. So get our white right here, and that's gonna be 1 and then 2. All right, the yellow, so it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then we're just gonna work with it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then grab your white. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then we are doing white. 1, 2. Really pretty straightforward as long as you follow the grid. Just repeat the same exact pattern for row 4, the row 5, and I'll meet you for row 6. Okay. Now we are going to work with row 6. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 white, and that means 2 plus 4, 6 yellow. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, sorry. 6 yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then the rest would be the yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7. That's a little tight. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we are going to do the white. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, you guys getting the gist already? So it's starting to look like this is the cat's tail, and then we're gonna work all the way up. So yeah, so I will do this last one, and then I will let you all guys just continue, because otherwise this is gonna be a 1 hour long tutorial. Unless you guys really want a full tutorial, I will gladly do it. But so this one you would have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. This is yellow right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 white, but there's 1 yellow here, so that would be 5 yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, and then we are doing 2 whites. So 1, 2. That is 2, and this one is we'll do a yellow on that one. We're not changing colors. So 1, and then we are going to continue with the white. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. and then the rest would be yellow. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we are doing the white, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1 yellow, and then we're going to do the white, 1, 2, yellow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this is what it's gonna look like. Alright everyone, that's it for the grid. I wanted to show you guys a quick idea of how to do it. If you need an in-depth tutorial or an entire tutorial for the cat grid, comment down below and I will make it happen. If you already got the idea, way to go, and I hope whatever grid you're adding to your project is looking lush. Anyways, once done, meet me for the arm panels. The arm panels are pretty much the same as the body panels. The only difference is the measurement. I think this top is versatile. You can make the arm shorter for spring or summer, or longer for fall and winter. It really just depends as well on the yarn, because if it's summer, it's gonna be too hot if you use thicker yarn, so just make sure to use a breathable yarn. Anyways, you can play around with it, and I will leave you guys with the visuals with written notes. Then I will meet you for the ribbing. Alright everyone, simply repeat same pattern until row 25, or however long or short you want your arms to be. It should start looking like this. For reference, my arm circumference is around 11.5 inches, and this fits me comfortably. I think it also helps that the yarn is breathable and the stitch is stretchy. Ribbing is optional, but here's how I do it. Once done with 25 rows of Tunisian stitch, grab a different hook I am using 3.5mm hook. Then we are going to do a single crochet to have a foundation for our ribbing. When we are doing single crochet, we are inserting our hook on the spaces between chains, not the space in the actual chain. If that's confusing, please look at the video and it will show you what I mean. So yeah, continue doing this until you reach the end of the row and I will meet you there. After the row of single crochets, chain however much or long you want your ribbing to be. For my project, I did 8 chains. Then after chaining 8, turn your work. We will be doing half double crochet slip stitches until the end of the row. When we are doing half double crochet slip stitches, skip the first chain, which means you should end up with 7 half double crochet slip stitches. Half double crochet slip stitch is basically inserting your hook into the chain, grab some yarn, and then pull through the next 2 loops. If you guys have seen my old tutorials, I am guilty of loving ribbing in my projects. I used to hate it, but now it just adds to the whole look. Anyways, once done with the slip stitches, do 3 slip stitches onto the next chains. Do not slip stitch on the chain where the 8 chains are attached, or simply skip the first chain. I did 3 slip stitches because I am going for that arm hugging look for the cuffs. Now if you want it to be looser, you can do 2 slip stitches or 1. It totally depends on what you're going for. And repeat the half double crochet slip stitches pattern in each chains or V's, but back loop only. Please watch the video as a guide on how to do back loop only half double crochet slip stitches if you are unfamiliar with it. Once done with the 7 half double crochet slip stitches, chain 2, turn your work, and then repeat. And that's basically it. You're just gonna continue doing so until you reach the end of the row. And then you are basically going to do the same exact pattern for the neck area if you want some ribbing. Simply attach some yarn and then do the ribbing pattern. Let us connect the body panels. Make sure the front of the panels are facing each other and the back or inside of it faces you. Grab your loose yarn and let us attach it. I usually tie it first to keep it secure. Then we will do single crochets in each chains or V's until we reach the end of the shoulder or neck area where the decrease ended. When you are done, you have to do the other side. Same process, attaching the loose yarn and just basically repeating the entire process. Then you can work with the arms. If you need a guide as to how to attach the arms, I have it on one of my videos. It's called the fall cardigan tutorial. I unfortunately forgot to film one for this project. So this is how it's going to look like afterwards. I don't know if this is how they normally attach Tunisian crochet panels, but this is how I like to do mine and it works for me. And this is also how the arms look like in the inside. Again, I do apologize, I don't have the tutorial how to attach it, but I have it on my previous videos. So yeah. When you are done attaching all the panels, stitch the rest of the body panels, aka the side and everything.